Hello everybody and welcome back to Gentoo. I'm your host Evan Saxton and you may notice I'm lacking my much needed cohort. Now Gabe Chadwick is sick right now with COVID-19 and tonsillitis, but we can always keep him in our mind as we check out these amazing bloopers we've got of him, me, and everyone else. Well, when you were trying to fight the guys named the Super Smash Brothers, I'm not really sure what you were expecting.
But with new monsters fighting, but hey, oh my god, shit. This one, I read this one earlier, I was like, this is gonna fuck me up. This one's gonna be the one that fucking kills me, dude. And technologies whose purpose what is that word?
Contravenes?
Contravenes?
Correct.
Back in 2018, Google published several principles.
No.
Whoa, dude, I'm so red now, holy shit. Dude, well, I was, well, because like, I was like,
Gabe.
dude,
You're okay.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, chat. We're good, we'll start. The legendary Gwaine.
I also love that I look taller than Gabe.
Chat, is she taller? Splitgate 2 hasn't been announced and drops its alpha on February 27th, featuring 3 teams of 8 on a map 20 times bigger than the original games. Let's just hope it doesn't die 20 times as fast as the last time. There's plenty more in the state of play, but unlike Splitgate, we're gonna move on. Can we, dude, all the deniers, all the doubters, where's your money? What? Where? No, I didn't. Splitgate 2 hasn't been announced. Did I actually?
Roll the clip back, swear to God.
Roll the clip back. I'm legit. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? Yikes, that does not fuck.
That's a yikers.
That's a yikes moment, guys. All right, that's it.
And that's, I don't even know what I was doing. And that just wraps about the news for this week.
Every day we've filmed, we've had snow days.
Which isn't true.
But every snow day has been, okay. Every snow day at, okay.
Jumping around. And check out White Knuckle. White Knuckle is a platforming first-person action adventure developed by Dark Machine
I
Games.
switched to the wrong fucking kid.
Other meeting agent. Otter the chatbot is an AI. I said other. Yep, I'm.
Alright.
Ain't no way, dude.
That's crazy.
Straight face. I saw you holding it.
By the name Big Balls. Baller, shot caller. Now those were some pretty great bloopers. At least I seem to think so. But we've got some pretty amazing packs to check out too. Starting off with Surviving Horror.
Welcome back to Surviving Horror, the show where we take a look at different games in the horror genre and dissect what is the scariest aspect of each story, in my opinion. This week we're going back to outer space to talk about Alien Isolation, released in 2014 and developed by Creative Assembly, in an effort to discover what happened to her mother and the lost ship she was aboard. Amanda Ripley and the crew of the USCSS Torrens board Sevastopol Station. But unbeknownst to them, a creature of their worst nightmares is waiting for them. For the final episode of this show, I get to talk about what I believe to be the most suspenseful game of all time. Out of all the titles that I have discussed over the last few months, Alien Isolation was the game that raised my heart rate to a level that I didn't know it could reach. For every other game that I have talked about, I had to give some thought as to what scared me the most. But there was no second thought about Alien Isolation. The scariest thing about the game isn't some psychological narrative or the setting that the game takes place in. It's the game's most iconic feature. In 1979, Ridley Scott's film Alien introduced the world to the xenomorph. In 2014, Alien Isolation gave players an idea as to what those characters were up against in the film. The AI of the alien operates similar to that of Chris Walker from Outlast or Mr. X from Resident Evil 2, where you can't kill it, and your only options are to run or hide. But what makes this perfect organism stand out above the other enemies mentioned is just how intelligent it is. As the game goes on, this creature slowly picks up on how you play the game. forcing you to change up your strategy as the missions unfold. This can be credited to what the developers call the behavior tree instilled in the AI. This feature is what allows the Xenomorph to switch up how it stalks you throughout the Sevastopol. If you spend the early game hiding in lockers to avoid detection, by Chapter 9 the AI has already figured this out, and will head straight for the lockers to look for you. Despite several horror games adopting this type of enemy, none of them have been able to duplicate the tension and stress that the Xenomorph has given gamers around the world. While the creature has been around since the late 1970s, it was never scarier than it was in this game. The other major accomplishment that Alien Isolation pulls off is its authenticity to Ridley Scott's original motion picture. The team at Creative Assembly had the film playing at all times in the offices during the development period, and the attention to detail pays off. From the design of the locations, to the wardrobe of the characters, every detail in every chapter feels straight from the 1979 classic. Alien Isolation sold over 2 million copies in its first year. Despite being released to moderately positive reviews, the game has developed a massive fanbase since its release, with even the creators of Alien Romulus crediting the game as a big inspiration. With a sequel finally in development and a television show airing on Hulu, the Xenomorph shows no signs of slowing down anytime soon. If you have played this game, please let us know what you think of it down below. Thank you for joining me throughout this semester, and check back in a few months for a new season of Gentoo. This has been Jake Walker with Surviving Horror.
Kirsten, what are you doing here?
What do you think I'm doing here? Making TikToks? And it's not about what I do, it's about what we do here. So we start with storyboarding the content we want to create for our clients. It could be anyone from small businesses, nonprofits, and organizations both on campus and in the Maryville community. We write, we film, we edit, we create, and then we wait. So if you're someone who thinks you need us, we are KNWT Creative Services.
Welcome to Tales of the Dice Roll, a story-driven role-playing show. This season, we're in Downport, Nebraska at Robert Olmsted High. Here, you'll have the opportunity to explore your interests.
Wait, what's up?
Build connections with your peers. Something kicked off. Strike out on your own.
Do you think this is fun?
And become an overall well-rounded you. Someone please! So join us Saturdays at noon to learn more about our tactics.
Where we discuss nothing but video game Easter eggs. I am the Easter egg collector, Adam Hunter. Since this is my first time showing off my collection, we're gonna have to lay down some ground rules. So please, no touching. These eggs are very fragile, except for one. I'll be hiding. This is. Let's go back in time to the first Easter egg. Something that changed video games a lot. No, 1980s. So this could probably, I don't know how much. It probably cost this much. Could change. The Reaches is a first-person shooter set back in the time. I'm farting. Started as a measly passion project, didn't make its debut. Ow. Sorry, hold on. Owie. Hurt. It do. Oh, want a Mac. Want a Mac, Daddy. I need a Mac. So, what is an Easter egg? Basically a thing. No. From software development of the Atari Consumer Division. Okay, process. It works. It just works. It just works. It just works. It just works. Right. Resist the need to flee from you. Resist the need to flee. Calm down. Ding. Zum dum 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 dum.
Stay on top of current events and the biggest stories of the week with Northwest News.
Welcome back to Northwest News. I'm Skylar Stamps.
And I'm Wiley Ray.
Get all the latest news coverage and updates about Northwest, the Maryville community, and ways you can stay involved on and off campus. Northwest News every Sunday, live at 11 on KNWT TV.
So you want to know how to be creative? I think I know some people.
Here at KNWT,
We know a thing or two about creativity.
Whether that be weekly shows, promos, or social media.
We got you covered.
We write, film, and edit to bring creativity to all of our work.
I mean, our national awards speak for themselves.
So if you want to know how to be creative,
we can show you.
Creative Services.
Man, those were some really good bloopers and packs. It was sure great to go over them one last time. And as always,